I hope that everyone is doing well today. So we are here for day number 2. All right. Good morning. I hope that everyone is doing well today. So we are here for day number 2. All right. We are trying to stay in the realm of obedience. And I am determined to see this all the way through, because I have no idea what is in store or what God may have in play or plans for me, but I'm excited about the journey. And so I actually, although I was scared to death yesterday and really nervous about posting and sharing my own internal thoughts and things that I'm going through with whomever is chosen to see it or listen to it, I do believe it to be a privilege to be able to be a light for someone who may need just a little bit of sunlight to come through on any particular day. So thank you for joining in, and thank you for allowing me the opportunity to be able to do what God told me to do. Can I just say one thing though? Yesterday was mind-blowing. When I say it was one of the best days of my life, when I say that God just started revealing and opening up stuff, and I got phone calls about sale opportunities and places to sell my desserts and just things that were just coming out of the blue. And I'm like, all right, God, I hear you. I got you. I mean, really, if he said, if you just do what I told you to do, I got you. So I'm finally in that space where I'm like, all right, I'm going to just stop trying to do it my way and I'm going to do it God's way. And so that brings me to what I believe is today's daily dose of sweetness. And it is the principle and the power of self-discipline. Just going through this journey and committing to having these morning calls, these morning check-ins, that is about self-discipline, because there is nothing that is making me get up to do this. There isn't a deadline that I have to meet, and if I don't make this posting or record this video, that I'm going to lose out on a big contract. None of those things are going to happen. So it's really just me choosing to be obedient, and that obedience is because of self-discipline. And so it just so happens, I promise you, this was not intentional, this was not on purpose, but so one of my employees, Daisha, just sent me a text. Because she saw the video from yesterday. Oh, that just made me smile. Okay, hey Daisha, I hope you watching today too, girl. All right. Where the heck was I going? Oh, so yesterday, actually it was, I don't know if it was before or after. I think it was before it was before I started the recording for yesterday's daily dose. And I just happened to turn on YouTube because I was, just in a meditation, just, kind of getting to the right headspace. And something just led me to play one of Dr. Miles Monroe's teachings. It was just there in my recommendations. And so I played it. And the first words, the first sentence that came out of his mouth was specifically self-discipline. Now, this was something that God had already convicted me for and told me that, you're never going to get to where you want to be if you just wing it. You have to have control. You have to have structure. You have to have objectives. You have to have things set in place so that you can hold yourself accountable, because as an entrepreneur, nobody else is there to do it for you. So you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to show up for you. When you're an entrepreneur, you have to be the one that's making you come on time, that's making you make sure that order is processed, that's making sure that you are, monitoring your finances and doing all the things that you would do if you had to, go to work for another employer. So, there's some pros and cons to being an entrepreneur, because if you don't have the self-discipline, then it will start to eat away at your potential. And so I found this part to be super interesting. Dr. Monroe described or defined the term self-discipline as self-imposed standards. Self-imposed standards for the sake of a higher goal. So it's a goal that you have set for yourself. And now you've put yourself on this plateau and levels that you have to reach in order to accomplish the goal that you set. So self-discipline is, I was determined that I'm going to do what I am called to do. And the only way that I can do that is if I impose discipline on myself, stay committed, stay true to my word, follow through, do the things that I said I was going to do, make actions and not just have visions, but actually take actions towards the goal. Then when I do all of those things, I'm showing up for me. I'm showing up for me. And I want you guys to make sure that you are also showing up for you. Now, again, I'm telling you, yesterday was crazy. So one of my friends, so I told you I'm the HR lady. And so one of my friends called me, one of my really, really good friends called, asking about an HR question because he was at work and he had some HR stuff happening. And so he wanted to, pick my brain and get some advice. And somehow the situation that he was dealing with and, what, was transpiring with him and his supervisor and all, it ultimately led to the conversation becoming more of a confirmation for him that you have to show up for you, regardless of what somebody else says or does, regardless of what somebody may think or believe of you. You got to show up for you. You got to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, not because somebody's watching you. Even if they don't recognize you, even if they don't appreciate you, you still have to show up for you. And he was saying how, he's a hard worker, like he does, his job. And so for the supervisor to act that way, it was like, so he said, but I'ma still go to work and I'ma still, have my positive energy and I'ma still, do the things that I'm supposed to do because I work hard and that is a part of me and who I am. And I was like, there you go. You are showing up for you because it's not about your supervisor. It's not about what he or she may think. It's about you. What do you want attached to your name? So, just long story short, multiple examples of just things that were being opened up and revealed to me yesterday, just from one simple, singular, 10-minute act of obedience. God really opened some doors. And so I thank you guys for allowing me into your space. I pray that whomever this message is for, that you receive it and that it is a blessing to you in any way, shape, or form. And that's it. That's all I got. So I'll just close out with, remember that you matter too. So be sure that you show up for you. You are important. Everybody else, we pour and pour and pour into people. But sometimes you got to take a step back and say, I got to do this. I got to do this for me. And so do it for you, boo. Do it for you. All right. Stay sweet, everyone. Sending you all sweet love and bountiful blessings. Until next time, we will talk soon. Bye.